So we have another custom order build your own puppet today. Thank you so much for trusting us to bring your design to life, although we have a little bit of chaos thrown in today as well, which always makes these videos very exciting when you leave a little bit up to fate. But today, this one is going to be for you, order 1961, and this is going to be episode 5 of this series here on YouTube, but there is over 80 episodes over on TikTok. They're all linked in the description. And we're going to get started building your puppet. So for your head shape, you've chosen the bimble. You would like us to roll for the colours and roll for the amount of colours. Moving on to our second sheet for your eye selection, you've chosen cabochon eyes. I always find it really interesting to see what people are not willing to compromise on and what they're willing to leave up to fate. I find it really interesting. Now for your features, you've chosen ears, horns, piercings, and you would like us to roll for the fourth feature. For your personality and vibe, you would like us to monsterize it, but you said a happy monster, kill them with kindness vibes. So we're going to get started by rolling for the sections that you would like rolled. First of all, for the amount of colours, we have 1, so we've got a monochrome puppet, and that colour is going to be a 9, which is for purple. So we have a purple monsterized bimble. For the fourth feature, we have 5, which is going to be for hair. And those are all your selections. Let's get started building your puppet. Now the bimble head shape is definitely one of my favorite, like simple, original, just really great head shapes. They work well for a lot of creatures, but especially a little monster. So we're going to cut out all of our reticulated foam pattern on the bandsaw, all hail the bandsaw, and then glue it all together with our contact adhesive for our delicious looking yet forbidden honey sandwich. Once all of that glue is dry, we're going to press it all together to form the shape. And this is one of the patterns that doesn't have a lot of individual moving parts, I suppose. It's not too complicated of a pattern, it's just a nice gradual curve, and then we have our... I'm not sure what that was, whether that was meant to be B for bimble on the mouth plate or E for... Oh no, it was M for monster! It was M for monsterize on the mouth plate, and then that gets glued together with the forbidden ice cream sandwiches into the puppet's head, and we're going to be ready for our finished head shape reveal. Floating gracefully into the shot, here we have our happy monster, kill them with kindness vibes bimble, and we're going to be ready for our fabric section. So we have our purple dropped the wire, our purple monochrome bimble. Monochrome puppets are always so fun. They are a little bit more challenging just because you have to work with so many different like shades and stuff to bring the same depth to a puppet that you can when you have like multiple colors. But here we have a really nice, deep, rich purple fleece and then a soft lilac purple fur. I love this lilac purple so much. So we're going to have a mix here where we have like a fluffy puppet's body and then a smooth fleece face, and we're just going to mix up those textures a little bit. Once everything is cut out, we're going to sew it, of course, all together on the sewing machine. And I think just like a happy, soft, fluffy, monsterized puppet is so fun. Sometimes the monsterized personality can invoke like darker creatures, I suppose, scarier creatures, but it is not going to be that today. And I really love the mix and the contrast in these colours as well, of really dark fleece and then a soft, fluffy fur. So once all of that is sewn up, we're going to, of course, cut it all out, turn it inside out, add in the posable wire hands with the arm rod pockets, sew all of that up, sew the fleecy hands onto the furry arms, and also glue the fleece neatly around the mouth plate before we do any of the hand sewing on the puppet's face. And again, I just love how these two colours look together. I feel like this monochrome look is just really special. And we have these fluffy, cuddly arms and body, but then with these nice, soft, fleecy hands peeking out in this darker tone. It's just really nice. Once all of that is sewn together, we're going to doll joint the arms onto the puppet's body. Just look at this little happy, smiling face. We're going to doll joint the arms onto the puppet's body. We're going to have a little happy dance. And of course, we're going to be ready for our colourful reveal. Now, moving on to the next selection for your puppet, of course, you chose cabochon eyes, and that is going to be the perfect choice for this head shape. I feel like cabochon eyes really pop. So we have these darker purple forward-facing cab eyes, and we're going to find the position for them and attach them onto the puppet's head. We're going to screw them on, as always, with our little bolt and washer system. And then for the tongue, we have this pale purple lilac fleece puppet tongue sewn up because every puppet needs a tongue glued into the mouth. And then with the same colour lilac fleece, we're going to add some bright expression eyelids. We're just going to mark them out before gluing them in place, and we feel like this just helped bring a little extra colour, a little extra purple to the puppet's head, where the eyes were so bright and so white because they are the forward-facing cabochon eyes. I'm just making up a little card template for the shape of the ears that I wanted for this puppet before we cut them out in foam and then sew on the fleece as well. I really wanted them to almost look like kind of pointed pixie ears. A really nice soft monstery vibe that way. So we're going to have the same dark purple fleece, but we're going to sew it up on the sewing machine. Then we're going to add in the foam core that we made and then re-sew some lines of definition around the edge of the ears, just so that they are nice and pointed and defined, and I just thought these looked really, really cute. So once we've got them all sewn up, I'm going to pin them in place, find the right positioning on the puppet's head, and then hand sew them. And this character is just starting to bloom right before our eyes. It's honestly such an honor to get to watch these back and do the voiceover, because when you're making the puppet it feels very intuitive, but then when you get to watch it, it's like this little puppet is just coming to life. In the same lilac fluffy soft fur, we're going to make a little puppet wig for the hair, attach that on, and then we have some nice rounded bold white 3D printed puppet horns. Now for the piercings, we had these really beautiful kind of butterfly fairy wing drop earrings, and I thought they would work really well because they are a nice mix of like a dark purple and a gold, and they just went with this kind of like pointed ear pixie fairy little monster that we created. They are definitely a happy, fluffy, kill them with kindness monster, and I thought these would go really well with the character that we created. So we added them onto the end of the puppet's ears, and then I went around and added some definition and some shading around the sewn lines that we'd added in like this dark cool tone purple, and we're going to be ready for our finished puppet reveal. So here is your happy monster bimble puppet with the monochrome color scheme that you let the dice create. Thank you so much for trusting us and the dice to bring this character to life. We really, really love them, and I hope you enjoyed getting to watch the entire build process. I feel like I can see this puppet in this style, but in like a bunch of different colors, so like emerald green or like a blue. I feel like monochrome monster bimble was just a really great concoction. They are so much fun, and they absolutely cannot wait to meet you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. I'm sure the new owner would love to hear your name suggestions and detailed backstories. And we will see you very soon for another episode. Don't forget, Roll for Puppet episodes are on Friday evenings as well. And if you would like any of the content early and ad-free, then you can head over to our Patreon community for less than the price of a coffee per month, and you get lots of fun perks. Thanks again, and we will see you very soon.